Hello and welcome to Pandora Tarot once again. These are the readings for the month of October 2016. Welcome everyone. As I always say, remember to check your rising and your moon sign as well as your sun sign, because that will give you a better picture, perhaps even more details as to what is expected of the month of October and the energies that are available to every one of us for this month, okay, this upcoming month of October. Especially, I've said this before, if you are a female or if you were born during the night or even both, the moon can be even more powerful than the sun, okay. I know that from my own experience, but because that's my case. So keeping that in mind, also I want to thank everyone who watches and likes and comments my videos. As I always say, thank you so much for being a part of this community. I really appreciate you watching and sharing, and I read all your comments even if I can't answer all of them, so thank you so much for spending your time with me. Okay, let's move on to the readings for
Welcome back, Cancer, to your reading for this month of October. Let's focus right away on the cards we have already laid out here on the table. We have in the challenge position the Six of Swords in reverse. Now, Six of Swords in reverse is a card that talks about staying, actually not moving, not going anywhere. When we have it in the upright, this is a card that tells us, oh, well, maybe it's time to, it's not time, but it's a card that talks about moving away from turbulent situations, turbulent waters, and trying to find a place that is calmer, trying to find some better future. That's the story of the card, of the family in this card. Now, being in the reverse, what the tarot is saying is that in the month of October, the center of your attention, the focus of your month will be to stay in this perhaps turbulent situation, this turbulent water, to keep going with the analogy. This is clearly, there is a situation where you have been considering, I need to move on, I need to get out of this. Maybe you have even been considering to move to a different country, to move houses, to change jobs, to, this is a card that could very well, when it's in the upright, represents moving to a different country because you are traveling over water, okay? But you don't only have this card representing the do not move energy, you also have another card here in the position of the things you have to accept. So whatever it is that you were thinking about going, or whatever it is that you were thinking of leaving behind, you're not going to do this month. You're going to stay put, and you're going to fight to fix this situation. Okay, now we have in the center of the reading the Empress. The Empress is the card that represents motherhood. It is the mother figure of the tarot. It's a card that represents nourishment and giving birth. It also represents creativity and fertility. So if you have been having issues to conceive and you thought, well, maybe this is not for me, I would say keep trying in the month of October, okay? You're not going to give up. It's a good month for conception. It's a good month to give birth, especially for those of you who are, perhaps you've been having a pregnancy that you had to rest. You were in bed rest. Don't worry about that, because the delivery and your baby, your child will be a very healthy one, and the delivery will be a good one. Also, if you are in bed rest, do not move, okay? Don't try to say, oh, well, maybe I just take a little walk, or it's not so hard, it's not so difficult. No. I know, this is just a reading and I can't tell you what to do, but you have two cards telling you to not move, okay? So if it is for health reasons, whatever it is, whether you're pregnant or not, do listen to the doctor and keep your legs in your bed, let's put it that way. Don't move, don't touch the floor. So for those of you who are not involved in any kind of thing related to children or anything that has to do with your health, there is a situation, like I said before, that you had been contemplating on leaving behind you. Now, the advice here of the tarot is don't do that, because there is a final push, as it is, let's put it as childbirth, where you're finally able to move the situation to another state. You're finally being able to give birth to progress in a way. You're finally being able to give birth to this project that you have been working on, because like I said before, the Empress has to do with creativity and with artists and with all Venusian things. So anything that has to do with love, with the arts, with food, with sensual pleasure, that type of thing. The Empress is here because she's also a major arcana card, so she has a really high energy. The Empress is here to let you know that you will be able to give birth to this project, or at least to shift this situation into a different phase. Baby being in a womb and then being born, there are two different phases, right, of one's life. So you are moving on this project or this situation from one phase to the next one, and it will be a very happy one. Okay, not only because the Empress has a great energy, but also because we have in the help you're going to receive the Sun. And the Sun is a card that represents children. So again, for those of you with giving birth this month or trying to conceive, excellent month to do that. The Sun represents having a lot of energy and joy over a situation. It also represents receiving recognition. Okay, so again, for those of you with a project or a business, especially for those of you who have artistic projects or projects where you have put your creativity at play, it will be a project that will give you recognition, with the Sun coming up here. Even if the final stages before the actual launch of this project, this product, were actually really messy, and you were thinking, I don't know, this doesn't feel so good, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, maybe we need to not launch now, or something like that, do it this month, okay? Because it will give you recognition. The Sun will be shining upon you right now, so you will be recognized for everything you have achieved with this situation. As the final cards, we have the Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups is a card that represents you, Cancer. This is someone from the water signs, so aside from you, it represents Scorpio, it also represents Pisces. Queen of Cups is someone who is very nurturing in a way, because she has a lot of water around her, but mostly she's nurturing because she's an empath. Okay, so she's nurturing in a different way from the Empress. So for those of you, again, that are having a baby, are giving birth, or finally getting the adoption to come through, you will have a lot of emotional empathy with your child, so that's really good. And you will be able to understand him or her almost without words, so that's excellent. And another thing is that the Queen of Cups sometimes is almost psychic, because it's like water. She has no boundaries, so she mixes her feelings and emotions with the feelings and emotions of those around her. Now, next to the Queen of Cups, we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a card that represents feeling trapped, feeling like there is no way out of a situation. And the swords represent the element of air. It has to do with your mentality. This card in particular talks about negative thought patterns that you need to break out of. Okay, so you will find at the end of the month, after this delivery, after this launch, after this baby, whether it's creative or an actual baby coming into your life, Cancer, that perhaps you feel a little bit trapped. And trapped by your own mind. When we have the Eight of Swords, it comes up as self-imposed prisons. Okay, usually this is a type of prison that we actually hold the key to the lock. We ourselves can make ourselves free. So keep in mind that whatever after all of this goodness that comes here, and that you're finally able to succeed by staying, by not quitting, by not abandoning a situation, perhaps at the end of October, because you're so sensitive, you will find you will have fear invading you. You know, like maybe I can't take care of this baby, or maybe I maybe this product or business that I launch it's not gonna last forever, so what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna have money, and it could go down that direction. So be aware of that and work to be centered, because you have great cards here with the Empress and the Sun. You have the mother about to give birth and the baby. In whichever way this creativity and creation actually takes place in your life, it's fantastic, and it's a very happy and joyous occasion. So don't let fear, maybe sometimes this is fear imposed on us by others. So, and since you're such an empath and you have no boundaries with others, you might be taking on someone else's fears. Be mindful of that. Be aware to really create a sacred space around this situation about you, this baby, whatever it's creative or a real one, and this childbirth. So you don't have other people around you, telling you, oh well, this won't last. Oh well, if you were in bed rest during your pregnancy, I'm sure childbirth will be hell. No, they don't know. Okay, you are you, and no one else can tell you what to feel or what to fear. Okay, so it is a way of a month to overcome obstacles by staying put and by setting boundaries in a way to other people. Okay, so it's good to be an empath, but don't let other people like crowd you out of your own space. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, Cancer, and I really really wish you, if you're going through some kind of well, even if you're not giving birth to an actual baby, but you're giving birth to some kind of project, I wish you the best, because clearly you have all the energy aligned for you to go forward and really have success with this. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you next month. Take care.